Well, after a short night here, we're back at the Hawks Athletic Center again this afternoon. King's still in the house here to take on our Hawks. First game today with the Chowan ladies and the King ladies. Of course, King won yesterday in overtime, 76-71, as the Hawks came back from 18 down in the second half and took the lead and held the lead and looked like they were going to win the game until Trinity Lee hit a three-pointer with 5.4 seconds to go to get it to overtime, and King kind of owned the overtime. They were 8 of 10 from the free throw line in overtime to go on and win that game, 76-71. So King's now at 6-5 overall, 5-5 on the season. Chowan now at 4-6 and 4-6 overall. Saw two great performances yesterday for King. Kiki Samsel with a career-high 23 points yesterday. She was outstanding shooting the basketball. She was 7 of 8 beyond the arc. She is the third best three-point shooter in this league percentage-wise, and she showed it yesterday. Of course, Trinity Lee was good as well, tossing in 19 points to go along with their 11 boards. Chowan got a great effort yesterday from Destiny Robinson, 16 points and career-high 19 rebounds. Also, Demetri Bland and Monique Jones tossed in 19 each. As we get ready for the start of this one today, crucial game here for both of these clubs as they're fighting for a spot to get in that tournament, the Conference Carolina tournaments that starts here in about 3 weeks. Matter of fact, it's only 2 weeks of the regular season left after today. So Chowan with only 4 games left between now and the end of the season. So a big opportunity today for Chowan to make some way. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back. You tip this game off here at Chowan between King and Chowan.
At guard from Huntington, Tennessee, number 1, Allie Golden.
Well, let's give you the starting lineups this afternoon. We'll give you the visitors from King first. Starting in the backcourt will be Kiki Simsel. I'll get her name right. I had it written down wrong yesterday. Simsel, a 5'6" junior from out of Louisville, Kentucky, averaging 13.4 a game. She'll be joined by Allie Golden, a 5'6" senior from Huntington, Tennessee, at 10.5 a game. Along the front line, Trinity Lee, second-team All-Conference Carolina's performance a year ago. 5'7" junior from Knoxville, Tennessee, averaging 13.1 a game, but it's at one spot. The other spot goes to Riley Fritz, a 5'6" junior from White Pine, Tennessee, averaging 9.7 a game. And in the middle, Julie Ford, 6'2" junior from Cooperstown, New York, 8 points a game. King is coached by Josh Thompson. In his 10th year, he's 153 and 118. For Chowan, the usual starters, Demetri Bland, the 5'6" sophomore from Williamston, North Carolina, 11.4 games, starts at the point guard spot. Her backcourt mate will be Anaya Patterson, a 5'4" sophomore from Dover, Delaware, who averages 11.4 a game. Down there along the front line, Monique Jones starts in the middle. She's the second leading person in steals in the conference and third lead in rebound at 9.2. She averages 9.1 a game. The 5'11 senior hails from Chester, Virginia. Also along that front line, Kibra Hopkins, a 6-foot sophomore from Portsmouth, Virginia, 7.5 a game. Did not gather a point yesterday, but hopefully she can get back in the scoring column today and help this Chowan team out. And, of course, Destiny Robinson, a 5'10 junior from Hampton, Virginia, team's leading scored at 11.9 points per game and leads the conference in blocks with 28 and also his fourth best rebound in the conference at 8.4 a game. Lenny Stallings in her first year here at Chowan. She's assisted by first-year assistant, former Chowan basketball player, Kara Jackson. We're set to get underway, and we are underway. And Chowan in all white today. It's going to control the tip as they move it to the east goal here at Chowan, and Robinson can't convert inside. Lee has the glass here for King. She'll push it front court to Golden. She'll skip it cross court. Jumper's on its way outside for three out of the hands of Riley Fritz, and it will not go down. And long rebound comes off to Bland. Sampson and Lee did the damage yesterday behind the arc. They combined for 10 three-pointers and 13 attempts. Here's Bland to the rack off the glass, and good. Mimi, as she's known to her teammates, knocks it down to give Chowan a 2-0 lead. And almost has a steal here, but the official said she reached around and fouled as she knocked it away from Fritz. So Mimi Bland with the foul. First foul of the game for either team. King will move it front court down 2-0. King working on a 2-game winning streak here, beating North Greenville back on Tuesday. There's Leeway on the left wing working against Jones. Tough matchup for Monique against Lee is really, really good. Step back jumper from 18 is good for Lee. She used the dribble to get some space in between her and Jones and step back and drill the 18-footer just right of the lane. Silva knotted at 2 at the 8:50 mark of the first quarter. Here's the run along the baseline. No good for Patterson. They fight for the rebound. Robinson's got the offensive glass. Bland had a notion, didn't take it. Tries to go inside and lost it out of bounds. Turnover the first of the day for the Hawks, who have the third worst turnover rate in the conference at 19.5 a game, but did a pretty good job of taking care of it yesterday with only 13 turnovers yesterday. Here's a jumper from right on right, and it's going to be Simpsel again. Simpsel's got the three again. Boy, same spot she was on fire from yesterday. So back-to-back buckets by Lee and Simpson. It's a 5-2 lead for the Vistas out of Bristol, Tennessee. We have a long ride back home today, and it's what is nasty weather between here and Bristol. Not too bad here in Murfreesboro. Cold, but only rain. Robinson just right of the lane from the elbow, cans the jumper. Robinson got loose right at the elbow on the right side and canned the jumper. Hawks within one now. Pass inside, goes over the head of Ford. She gets it to Golden. Her little jumper in the lane is good. Good playmaking that time by Julie Ford. She kind of lost the handle of it, but was able to recover it and bounce it away to Golden. It was wide open in the lane, and she just kind of scooped it up and it went in. 7-4 lead for the Tornado. Bland out front. Golden quickly jumps on the grill. Bland's going to go to the rack, off the glass, and good for Mimi. Mimi really likes going to the glass here. I'm not sure the officials said something back the other way. So the officials, I think, maybe not making sure they get the ball back to the right person, not knock it away. And I think that's what happened. So a little bit of a warning here for the official underneath. Golden across the center line, kicks it over to Simpson on the right. Now back to Golden. He'll move back to the middle of the floor. Patterson gives chase. Back in the corner to Lee. Lee trying to make a move. Right at the foul line. Back to Lee. Three-pointer's on its way. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Fritz. Her shot's blocked by Robinson. Fritz recovers and gets it back out to Golden up top. Golden going inside on Robinson. Fakes up Robinson, but whips it back outside to Simpson. Simpson working against Patterson. Gives it back to Lee. Lee goes by Jones, and Jones bumped her to pick up her first personal. Monique got some foul trouble yesterday trying to defend the Knoxville, Tennessee junior. She picks up her first here, the second team foul of the quarter for the Hawks. Pass underneath from Lee, who was inbounding baseline left out to Golden. Golden with the crossover dribble, fakes up Patterson. Short jumper's good. Allie Golden, who had 14 yesterday, already got 4 in this one. And she stakes the lead back to 3 for the Tornado. 9-6, 6:36 and counting to go in this first quarter. Here's Patterson, crossover dribble against Simpson, goes to the rack. Simpson's going to pick up personal number 1. And she knocked Patterson to the deck. So 2 shots coming for Anaya Patterson. Patterson, a 75% free throw shooter on the season of 12 for 16. Off the bench and headed to the scores table is Amari Hinton. We did not see Amari yesterday in the game. Also at the scores table is going to be Brianna Dunbar and Caroline Harville and Jada Owens. And both coaches going to the benches here early. Patterson knocks down both charity tosses. As Monique Jones will come out of the lineup, as will Patterson, as Amari Hinton into the lineup. Kayla Henderson. Henderson played yesterday, had 2 points in that game. Hinton was not in the game yesterday, so she'll have a chance to work down inside against Lee and Harville on 4. Here's Lee with it over in the corner. They dump it down inside to Owens. Back to Lee on the right wing. Lee going up against Bland, kicks it across, and the ball's to Dunbar, and it's stolen away in the corner by Destiny Robinson. Took it away from Samson. First turnover here for King. 6:06 to go in the quarter. 9-8 lead for King. Mara Hinton working inside against Owens. Little scoop shot, wouldn't go. Robinson's got the offensive glass. Destiny picking up where she left off yesterday when she had 19 boards. Runner by Kayla Henderson. Down the lane is good. And Chowan's got a 10-9 lead. First lead since the opener by Demetria Bland. It's Dunbar with it, working out front. Gets it to Simpson. Bland quickly jumps out on Simpson. Now works around. Robinson sliding off the pick. Going to pick her up. Ball comes loose, goes right to Owens. Dunbar spot up right wing. 3 is good. Brianna Dunbar, who has hit 6 of 19 3 balls prior to coming into this one, drills it from out on the right and extends the lead or gives the lead back to King at 12-10. Good matchup here early. Both teams shooting it well. Robinson trying to go inside. She traveled once she caught it, trying to maneuver inside against pressure from Jada Owens. Monique Jones is quickly back to the scores table. She'll get back in the lineup. So he's going to replace Robinson, I believe. Coach Lenise Stallings going to give her leading scorer a little bit of a break here in the 5:08 mark of the quarter. Remember, these two teams played last night. So a quick turnaround for both of these teams. A lot of that going on this year in Conference Carolinas. A lot of other conferences throughout the country. This is Dunbar right front. Marty closely by Hopkins. Now far side to Owens. It goes by Hopkins, pulls up along the baseline. No good. Owens hit the deck, recovered by Hinton for Chowan. Off to Bland. Bland gets it to the breaking Jones. Or threw it overhead. Jones is able to save it to Hopkins. Nice play by Monique. Hopkins step back 3 in the left corner. No good. Mara Hinton with the offensive board. She's run out of real estate, but gets it over to Jones. Jones down the lane. Runner's good.
Monique Jones.
Give Amari Hinton credit. She kept the ball alive, and Monique Jones made a nice save and came right down the lane and scored. Lee pull up jumper from free throw line is good. Trinity Lee is such a smooth shooter. She's got 4, and King's got a 2-point advantage here at Chowan at 14-12. Both teams shooting 55.6%. How about that? Here's Hinton trying to go inside, and a foul underneath. Is it Samson? Let's see. It is. If it is, it's going to be her second. And that'll get us to the first media timeout of Goodwin Brewing here in the Barrow. King with an early lead, 14-12, with 4:01 to go in the first quarter. Back to the Barrow after this 1-minute break on GoSeeHawks.com. 55.6% shooting for Chowan on 5 of 9, 6 of 10 for King after that last made bucket for 60%. So both teams out of the gate shooting it well here early. Chowan down 2. They'll inbound at baseline left underneath their own bucket. 4-1 to go in the first quarter here at a empty Hawks Athletic Center, like it's been all season long. No spectators allowed. But we may have something brewing for the last couple of games. We'll see. Here's Monique Jones missing from right on the right. Allie Golan's got the glass here for King. She'll streak front court, gives it to Harville. Spinning in the lane, fakes up Hinton. Short jumper, no good. Offensive glass for lead. Reverse layup, no good. But Amari Hinton tried to recover, picked up the personal on the reach in. For Hinton, the Long Island, New York sophomore, the personal number 1 and team 3rd in this quarter. It'll send Trinity Lee, the 5'7" junior, to the line, where she's 80% on the season. Had a double-double last night, 19 points, 11 boards. Her first free throw is good. She'll have a second one coming. King in all red uniforms today. Chowan in all white. Lee knocks down both free throws. He's got 6 to lead all scorers and extends the lead to 4 as Hinton will step out of the Chowan lineup, as will Henderson. As Patterson and Destiny Robinson will return to the original starting lineup back in the ball game here for the Hawks. So we play the final 3:33 of this first quarter here from Chowan. Bland will hand it away to Patterson. Patterson trying to come across the lane, reverse the dribble. Goes left of the lane, lays it up and in. Patterson only a 7 yesterday. She had been averaging in double figures here of late, but kind of under par performance her yesterday. She could not get any good looks. Here's Harville trying to go inside to Lee, and it's knocked out of bounds by Bland. Caroline Harville's an outstanding passer in the post. You know, yesterday her and Ford were really in that position. They combined for 14 points and 12 boards yesterday. Here's Lee looking to get it in. Finally gets it in to Fritz. Fritz coming in the lane. Patterson cuts her off. She'll bounce away to Golden. Back to Fritz. Fritz spots up for the 3 ball. It's short. Long rebound comes off to Robinson, and she'll hand it away to Bland. Robinson about 15 feet away from the basket and came right to it when nobody was around. That happens a lot with 3-point shooting. Here's Patterson in the corner to Bland. Her long 3 is on its way, and it misses. And rebound by Fritz, who really did a good job of blocking out Robinson on the far side of the basket. Fritz looking to go coast to coast, pulls up the dribble to Harville. She'll take a 15-footer left of the lane, and Monique Jones has got the glass for Chowan. Well, I talked about everybody shooting well. All of a sudden, the leads have fallen down on the baskets here for both teams. 16-14 lead for King, and here's a foul by Dunbar trying to defend against Monique Jones for Brianna Dunbar. It's personal number 1. So both teams now with 3 team fouls in this first quarter. Harville light to line up, and Julie Ford back in. Coach Thompson does a good job alternating Ford and Harville here. This is Patterson with it on the right wing. And she'll push it away to Robinson on the left. Now Monique Jones at the elbow. Falls down with it, but gets it away to Robinson. Destiny in the lane, in the corner to Bland. Bland, jumper from 18. Bounces around, no good. Guess who's got the rebound? Robinson. She can't convert, and it's out of the hands of Monique Jones and back the other way with it. That'll get Anaya Patterson out to line up and get Brianna Copeland, the sophomore from junior from out of Suffolk, Virginia, in the lineup. Brianna averaging 6.9 a game, only 1 point yesterday. As Golden will walk it across the timeline, push away to Lee on the near side. Remember, Samson's on the bench with 2 early fouls. Here's Ford with it, gives it away, a little give and go to Golden. She couldn't convert on the layup. It was contested on that far side by Kibra Hopkins, and Ford and Destiny Robinson tie up on the rebound. Alternating possession is pointed towards King's way as they work at the west goal here at the Hawks Athletic Center. 16-14, King with a lead in the basketball. 150 to go in the court. Fritz on the left wing. Banks to Lee, who's open at the free throw line. She'll step back, shoot it, score. Lee is 3 of 4 from the field already, and she just stepped backward from the pressure from Robinson and stuck it in. There's Hopkins from 3 out on the left. She got it. Chowan needs to get Kibra Hopkins going. That's her 8th 3-ball of the year in 22 attempts. They need to get her going. She did not score yesterday, but she averages 7.5 a game. Lee with it on the right wing. Waiting for a pick from Ford, trying to get away from Jones. Jones does a good job and slide away from the pick. Lee will come all the way over to the far corner, heads it to Dunbar. Back door it goes to Golden, but Golden's foul prior to the move, and let's see who the guilty party is for Chowan. It's going to be Hopkins, her first and the team fourth. Once again, King doing a good job of running that back door after running that pick off the high post. Shakira Bangby will get in the Chowan lineup for the first time. She had 7 yesterday, which is her season high. Also, Henderson will replace Bland in the Chowan lineup. Here's the inbounds coming to Fritz. Guarded closely by Robinson, who will push her back out beyond the perimeter. And once again, Ford trying to set the pick. Good switch off from Copen and Robinson. Copen now has her eyes on Golden, who works with the basketball, top of the key. Golden to the rack, goes right by Copen, lays it up and in. I think the quickness from Golden kind of surprised Copeland. She blew right by her, went right to the rack. 6 points for Huntland, Tennessee senior. And it's a 3-point advantage now for King. Here's a shot that's blocked inside. Bagby had it, forced it up, wouldn't go, and Ford's had to clear the glass for King. Chowan's getting just one shot only here. These recent trips. All of a sudden, Chowan's 41.2 shooting from the field. 7 of 17. King still at a pretty high rate at 50% on 8 of 16. 4 seconds to go. Ford shoots it from 15. Won't go. And they fight for the rebound, and that's it. First quarter in the books here at Chowan. King. Tornado leads the Hawks here 20-17 at the break. We'll be back after this 1-minute break to start the second quarter. You're listening and watching on GoCUHawks.com. Hat on. I got it on the shirt. My wife gave me the shirt. Their first quarter in the books here at Chowan. First of a doubleheader here today between King and Chowan. Last night it split. Women falling 76-71 in overtime. Men came back and won the nightcap 98-85. Two teams will go at it again today. Of course, we've got first quarter in the books here with our women's game. And Chowan trails here 20-17, but the Hawks will have it to start the second quarter. Moving to the West Goal, a lot of teams in action today. This is one of 5 games being played at Conference Carolinas today. Here's Bland, hands it away to Patterson. Patterson with reverse dribble against Golden, but Golden does a nice job to cut her off. Bland down inside to Robinson. Robinson working against Ford, looked it overhead and scored. Second field goal of the day for Robinson, who leads this team in scoring at 11.9 a game. Here's a run along the baseline, knocked away from Dunbar by Jones, recovered by Patterson. Second turnover. Patterson with the jumper right on the left is good, and Chowan's got the lead back at 21-20 from Patterson's third field goal. Second field goal, she knocked down a couple of free throws here in the first quarter. 21-20, Chowan with the first 2 buckets to start the second quarter. Over the corner it goes to Lee. Lee trying to go down inside the Ford, stolen away by Hopkins. Back-to-back steals by Chowan. Hopkins takes it coast to coast, missed the layup. Kind of looked over to Bland, who was coming down the right lane, and I think she just lost control of it. Just didn't roll out of her hand the right way. Looked like she just kind of lost control going up. Here's Golden, goes in the corner to Lee. Long 3 ball for Lee is money.
3-point basket from
Trinity Lee already with 11 today. I think she likes playing here at the Hawks Athletic Center. Here's Patterson trying to answer back the other way, and she's got a 3 ball. 9 with a good first half after only 7 yesterday. She's got 9, and she gives the lead back to Chowan. Chowan, the second best 3-point shooting team in this conference at 36.1 a game. They need that good shooting today. Here's Dunbar, had a notion, didn't take it. Goes in the lane, back to Fritz. Fritz goes on the right wing, trying to get it to Golden. Now Fritz will take the 3 ball. It rims out. Monique Jones flying through the lane for the board. Julie Ford's going to bump into her and pick up the foul. First of the quarter for King and the first on the afternoon for Ford. There's Henderson in the lineup now, replacing Hopkins. Harville back in for King. As Ford comes out, also Dunbar right, and then replace her, Desiree Bates, their 5'8" redshirt sophomore, who did not play yesterday. She averages 3.3 a game. 24-23, Hawks have the lead. They also work with the basketball in the east end of the floor here at the Hawks Athletic Center. Patterson's had a hot hand early, tries a 3 this time, misses badly. Henderson tied up underneath with Fritz, and it'll be King with the basketball. Alternating possessions pointed that way. Other games in conference today, North Green was at Southern Wesleyan. Leeds McRae's at Emmanuel. Belmont Abbey's at Main Olive. All of those are 2 o'clock starts. And coming up at 4:30, Converse, who's playing well. Had a big win at Leeds McRae this week. At Erskine. That's a 4:30 tip. Harville spins inside. Robinson blocked her shot. They battle for it, and Robinson stepped out of the barriers trying to save it. The league leader in blocks, Robinson, and that's her second of the afternoon. Started today with 28 blocks. Lead inbounds, baseline right. Looking, and gets it into Fritz out front. Fritz working against Henderson. Hands it away to Golden. Golden now goes inside against Henderson, pulls up the dribble, gives it to Harville. 4 to shoot. Harville right in the lane. Will force it up. She traveled with it prior. She made a nice move with the left hand and made the bucket, but she traveled in doing so. That becomes the 4th turnover in this first half for the Tornado, who trail here at Chowan with 7:20 to go in the second quarter. 24-23. Patterson working off a pick from Robinson. Robinson will take it inside and score. Nice move by Destiny Robinson. Allie Golden tried to get there and cut her off, but got there a little bit late, coming from the far side of the lane. 6 now for Robinson. Inside it goes to Harville. She's caught in a double team, but forced it up to score. As Henderson hit the deck, but Harville was able to score. Back to a 1-point lead for Chowan. Here's Bland working on the left wing. They get it down to Jones along the baseline. She's trying to work inside against Lee. Lee got help from Bates and forced her to kick it out to Patterson. Patterson from 15 feet on the left is good. Naya with 11. So she matches Lee's 11 on the opposite side, and she extends the Chowan lead to 3 at 28-25. There's Golden on the left. Skip pass, far side to Lee. Lee comes top of the key, skip pass to Golden. Wide open 3 for Golden right in front of the Chowan bench, no good. Long rebound, I'm like 15 feet away from the basket, comes to Jones. And Coach Lanice Stallings wants a timeout. It comes at the 6:08 mark of the quarter. Let's see, it's going to be a 30-second timeout. Well, it's going to be a media timeout. It'll be a media timeout. We'll take one with them. 6:08 to go in the second quarter. Chowan ladies lead King 28-25. You're listening and watching on GoSeeYouHawks.com. Return of the MAC sounding in the Hawks Athletic Center. Scott Parker sitting to my left. Elizabeth Stokes to my right. They're kind of making a little movement. Great song. Return of the Mac. Chowan returns back to the floor with a 28-25 lead. 6:08 to go in this second quarter. Hawks shooting at 50% on 12 of 24. King 10 of 22 now for 45.5%. The leading scorer and the third best three-point shooter in the conference. Kiki Sampson on the bench with 2 fouls, and Hinton gets loose inside, and she'll have the and one coming. Foul's going to be on Golden, I believe, and it will be on first and a team second. Maury Hinton's at the line to try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. And she can't do it. Rolling around the rim and fell off, and they fight for it, and Harville's going to come out of there with it for the Tornado. Golden will work right in front of the scorer's table. They'll move to the right side of the floor. Now to Lee, guarded by Jones, well out beyond the perimeter. He's got it back after going to Fritz, and added a high post to Harville. Harville guarded closely by Hinton to try to go back door to Bates, and she lost it. Threw it right in the hands of Patterson. There's Anaya coming front court. Didn't have the numbers, so she circles back out front. They dump it down inside to Hinton. Hinton turn right and faces the basket. Now backs in on Harville. Back out to Mimi Bland. Bland hands it away. Oh, goes down the lane. Left-handed runner, no good. Ball still loose. Monique Jones will chase it down. Gives Chowan a fresh 20 seconds. Patterson thought about pulling the trigger from an NBA range. Now Bland will pull the trigger. Left-hand corner, 3 balls good. Bland's got 7. Bland averaging 11.4 game. Tossed in 19 last night. Her season high. Career high is 30. Golden to the rack. Layup looks strong. Hinton's there to claim it for Chowan. 33-25. Chowan with the lead here in the second quarter. As we hit the 4:36 mark. Here's Bland. Had it knocked away from her from Bates. But Bland's able to recover. Pushes it away to Jones, who's well up beyond the arc on the right wing. To Hinton at the high post. Hinton going inside, and she traveled with it. Harville's defense forced her to took an extra step, and that becomes the 4th turnover for Chowan in the half as Sheba Hopkins in the lineup. As coming out, it's going to be Monique Jones, I believe. Also, let's see who's back in. Henderson came out. I believe it's, well, maybe Robinson back in the lineup. Here's Ford working against Hinton. Jumper from about 12 feet away is good. Julie Ford knocks down her first bucket of the afternoon. She averages 8 points a game. She had 7 points and 9 boards in that win yesterday here at Chowan. Patterson works right in front of her. Sitting Josh Thompson, the head coach here at King. Here's Hopkins trying to go inside. Kicks it back out to Bland. Bland a straight on 3 ball. It's off the mark. Hinton's there for the offensive board. Can't convert. Got a roll and rebound. Ball's loose. Robinson has it. Kicks it back out to Hopkins. Boy, you got to make those things down inside. That hurt Chowan yesterday. Ford blocks away Robinson's shot and recovers it. Nice job by Julie Ford on the block. She's second in the conference to Robinson in blocks. She came in today with 21 on the season. Lee dials up a 3 ball. Misses. Followed back up by Ford, and it's blocked away. And, boy, I think Mimi Bland got away with a foul here as Ford hit the deck. Here's Bland running along the baselines off the glass and good. Bland's got 9, and Chowan's lead is 35-27 as we go inside of 3 minutes to go in this second quarter. Chowan's taking advantage with Sampson being out of the lineup here, shooting it very well. Hope they can keep this pressure on here for the remainder of this, especially the remainder of this first half. Ford misses badly, but recovered by Bates underneath. Shot clock did not reset because Ford didn't draw iron. Bates slips down and the ball goes right to Hopkins. 6 turnovers now for King. Most of them have been here in the second quarter. Patterson's had the hot hand. She triggers up another one from the left wing. No good. Hinton, some good work on the offensive glass. Scores and gets fouled. Hinton did a good job of using her hips to gain some space in against Ford and forced it up off the glass and scored. Second bucket of the day by Hinton, who did not get in the game yesterday. That's the second foul on Ford and the third team foul for King in this quarter. As Hinton's at the line with the and one. Chowan's going to insert Copeland in the game here for Patterson. Chowan's meeting with Coach Stallings at the other end while Hinton shoots the free throw here, trying to complete the three-point play. Free throw's on its way, and it's no good. Rebounded by Ford on the far side. Chowan quickly sprints to the defensive positions on the opposite end. Here's Golden going inside against Henderson. Henderson's able to recover and cut her off. Now to Dunbar. Dunbar coming across the lane, goes to Fritz in the corner to Lee. Lee trying to maneuver against Robinson. Pulls up the dribble, then corner back to Fritz, back to Lee on the right wing. Lee trying to get forward to set a pick for her. She'll go to the left for that pick. Steps up just inside the arc, missed it, tipped around, ball still loose. Hinton trying to chase it down, but Ford trying to save it, ran out of real estate. And they said the shot clock expired. Let's see, the official's going to come back and talk about it here. Coach Thompson got the attention of the official on the far side. As he talks to the official running down the floor. I'm not sure what he was talking about here. Maybe the reset of the shot clock. Anyway, Chowan's got the basketball. It's knocked out of bounds by Ford, who almost ran into Coach Stallings trying to save it. Henderson down the lane, run off the glass is good. Kayla Henderson giving Chowan a 12-point lead here with 1:37 to go in the quarter. You had to wonder how the Hawks would come back after losing that tough one last night, but playing well here in this first half. Golden back out between the rings over to Fritz. Fritz taking it inside, net off to Lee. Left side, three balls, misses. And Henderson's there to claim it. Ran right in front of Ford to get to it, did Henderson. Lee, who started out shooting it well, now 4 of 8 from the field. There's Henderson spinning off from Dunbar. Now to Copeland. Copeland spots up for three and nails it. Copeland's first three ball of the day. 42-27, Chowan. They have really taking advantage of the cold shooting and turnovers here by King in the second quarter. Here's Golden out between the rings with 45 seconds to play. Ball's nearly locked away by Copeland in the first half. Golden arches up a three and it got it. Just when King needed a basket, the senior steps up and drills it from out on the right. About 7 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock is a 42-30 lead for the Hawks who have the basketball. Copeland's going to pull up another three, and he got it again. Copeland from downtown Murfreesboro with three. Shot clock is going dark with 12 seconds to go, so 45-30 Chowan lead. Maybe the best quarter Chowan basketball team has played all year. Man, they have been on fire here. Lee tries to answer back the other way. She can't convert. Robinson with the rebound, and the clock will run out on this first half. Hawks with a good second quarter as they take a 15-point lead here at the break, 45-30. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back and look at the stats from the first half. We'll take a look at the Conference Carolina scoreboard during this halftime. Get you ready for the second half. Well, the Chowan ladies lead King 45-30. You're listening and watching on GoSeeYouHawks.com. Let's look at bigger print. Remember, my eyes are 65 years old. Yours are not. No, I'm good. Well, we're back here at Hawks Athletic Center kind of discussing the format of our box score here by Evan Carbondale, SID here at Chowan. Just having a little fun talking about it. He gave me some bigger print today, which when you're old as I am, you need a little bigger print sometimes. Chowan with a big second quarter to go 12 of 19 from the field to shoot 63.2% in that second quarter, while King struggled going 4 of 14 for 28.6% in the second quarter. Also, King turned it over 5 times in the quarter, and Chowan took advantage of it. Overall, in the first half, King goes 12 of 31 for 38.7%, but they were 4 of 13 beyond the arc on 30.8%. Chowan in that first half goes 19 of 36 for 52.8%, and beyond the three, 55.6% in the first half. Chowan on the glass with an advantage behind Destiny Robinson, 7 rebounds, 22 to 16 on the glass. Turnover-wise, Chowan took care of it pretty well, only turned it over 4 times while forcing King into 6 turnovers. Take a look at the scoring in the first half. Chowan led by Anaya Patterson with 11, Demetra Bland with 9, 6 for Brianna Copeland off the bench, 2 big threes late in the quarter. Robinson with 6, 3 for Kebra Hopkins, 4 for Kayla Jones, 2 for Kayla Henderson, 2 for Monique Jones, and how about Amari Hinton with 4 points and 5 rebounds in her 7 minutes of play here in that first half. Did a nice job defensively as well underneath the basket. Lead leads the way for King with 11 points, 9 for Allie Golden, 3 each for Dunbar, Samsel, and also 2 points for Julie Ford and Caroline Harville. Owens and Bates played in the first half, as did Riley Fritz, but did not score. But Kiki Samuel, the big story here, got 2 fouls early. She only played 5 minutes and 57 seconds in the first half. She will make a difference, I'm sure, when she gets on the floor in the second half. But at the break, Chowan, who outscored King in that second quarter 28-10, leads it here at the half, 45-30. We'll take a break here, a 5-minute break here at Chowan. Come back, we'll give you some scores from Conference Carolinas and catch up on what else is going on here at Chowan in athletics. A lot of things going on with spring sports starting here in the last couple of weeks. We'll tell you about that and more when we return to the Hawks Athletic Center. We're at the break. Chowan ladies lead King 45-30. You're listening and watching on GoSeeYourHawks.com. Still at the half here at Chowan, where the ladies of Chowan lead King 45-30. Chowan trying to get a little revenge from losing last night in overtime, 76-71. Hawks trying to pick up their 5th win of the season, but it'll be difficult in the second half. Tornadoes have shown they could shoot it here yesterday, and they'll get Samson back in the lineup. She didn't play but 5 minutes and 57 seconds in that first half, and only had 1 basket due to foul trouble. She'll make a difference when she gets back in the lineup. And Chowan continued their torrent shooting in the second half. We'll see. Hawks led by Nia Patterson with 11. Trinity Lead leading the way for King with 11. Other games going on in the league. We got 3 teams at the half or close to the half. At halftime, Mine Olive trails Belmont Abbey 34-22. Also down in Franklin Springs, Georgia, Manual leads McRae with 1:20 to go in the second quarter, 29-18. And in Southern Wesleyan, they are hosting North Greenwood today, and it's all North Greenwood, 1:22 to go in the second quarter, 47-22. Coming up later on today at 4:30. Converse is at Erskine today. Converse playing well here of late. And we saw Keyshawn Fair, young lady who played here a couple weeks ago when Chowan played Converse. I told you she was one of the top young players in the league. She has taken over the scoring lead for Converse, and also she was the player of the week this past week. So congratulations to her. I knew she looked to be an extra special player when we saw her last week here at a couple weeks here ago against Converse, and just a freshman is Keyshawn Fair. Coming up this weekend, Chowan softball team on the road looking for win number 1. They'll play at Anderson tomorrow, then make the short trip up to Gaffney, South Carolina, and take on Limestone on Monday. Hope the weather's better out in western South Carolina than it is in northeastern North Carolina, that's for sure. Also, the men's lacrosse team has their home opening tomorrow as they will host Tuscany. A little change in the venue. They will not play in the normal lacrosse soccer venue that's behind the Hawks Athletic Center here, but they will play on Garrison Stadium turf, which is a football home for Hawks football. So we'll see what unfolds tomorrow as Tuscany makes the trip from out of Tennessee to take on Hawks. Boy, you got to think about some of the travel coming up today here, going through North Carolina and south side of Virginia with a lot of snow and ice. You think about the skiing team's got to make that long trip back to Bristol, Tennessee. They may have to go a little further south with their ramp going back home. So we'll see. Hopefully, we've been spared here in northeastern North Carolina, but you get up the road about an hour away and it's a lot of ice, or it was this morning. So we hope King has a safe trip back home. And like I said, it might take a little longer than normal. It's a long enough trip from Bristol, Tennessee to northeastern North Carolina as it is, but I tell you, you're going to have to be a little deal with some caution going back today due to a lot of snow and ice between here and Bristol, Tennessee. We'll take one final 2-minute break, come back and start the second half. Chowan leads 45-30. You're listening to watch on GoSeeYourHawks.com. Yeah, both teams off the floor as we get ready to start this second half here from Chowan this afternoon. Hawks a lot warmer in that second quarter than the weather is here, I can promise you. Played exceptionally well in that second quarter, outscoring King 28-10 to get to this 15-point lead that they share going into the second half. Remember, the Chowan was down 18 and came back yesterday. I wouldn't rule like King by a long ways here. And it'll be Chowan starting the second half with the basketball. Inside it goes to Hopkins, over the corner to Patterson. Short jumper, no good. They fight for the rebound. It's tipped out by Fritz over to Lee. Lee will move in front court where Jones waits on him. Back to Fritz, top of the key. Sampson is back in the lineup to start this third quarter. Golden lost the basketball, just dribbled it off her foot. Went right to Bland. Bland, coast-to-coast layup's good. Bland's in double digits for the second consecutive day, and then with 11, 47-30, Chowan. There's Sampson back the other way. Got it in the corner. Jones quickly jumps on Sampson, but nobody was around. Lee trying to go inside on Patterson, pulls up, shoots, and scores. Lee's got 13. She's been pretty much the offense along with Allie Golden in this ball game. The two are combined for 22 of King's 32 points. So we played a minute here in this third quarter. Hopkins pushes away to Robinson. Robinson looked to get it to Patterson, but Sampson did a good job of cutting her off going back door. Now inside goes Robinson, and she converts, and she got inside a forward. First field goal in the second half for Robinson. Good playmaking that time by the Hawks. They got some patience, choose some patience, and got a good shot. Sampson from the corner misses. Offensive glass comes out to Lee. She'll kick it back out to Golden. Golden comes right down the lane, loops it over to forward, and she can't score on the easy one. Taken down by Robinson for Chowan. Ford had gotten in behind the defense and just missed the easy bucket. Had a little bit too much mustard on her. She put it up. Here's Hopkins on the right wing. Now comes to Jones, top of the key. Patterson on the near side. Sampson jumps on Patterson quicker because Patterson shot it well in that first half. Here's Hopkins to the rack. The roller won't go. Ford clears the glass for King. Off to Fritz. She'll pull it out on the right wing. Didn't have the numbers to forward it to high post. Going in against Robinson. Robinson blocked away a shot and out of bounds. Good job of keeping her spot was Robinson, and Patterson's going to step out of the Chowan lineup. Kayla Henderson, who had a good first half, will get in to replace her. Inbounded by Lee. She gets it to Sampson, who will reverse the dribble and go around. Had a reverse layup over Monique Jones. This is a nice move by Kiki Sampson. Her first bucket of this second half. He pulls the Tornado back within 15. Bland off the glass, a little strong. Rebound to Golden. Golden trying to go coast to coast. Henderson hustling back, trying to cut her off, and cannot. She lay it up and in. Senior with a nice play, got the long rebound and just quickly headed back the other way and laid it up and in. Golden in double digits now with 11, lead 9-13 for Chowan. 7:21 to go in this third quarter. Hopkins works off a pick from Jones. Tries to go inside. Ball knocked away by Ford. Stolen away by Fritz, who will work down the left side. Hopkins trying to hustle back. She and Robinson will double team Fritz. Then to get it to Hopkins, back door to Golden. She lays it up and in, and has the end one coming. As Bland got a little bit late, knocks it to the deck. Good passing that time from Ford to the breaking Golden for the easy bucket here for Golden. Foul is going to be whistled on Bland, her first, and second in the team first. Ford's going to come out of the lineup, and Jada Owens will get in for the first time. Also, Patterson returns, as does Brianna Copeland, as Hopkins and Henderson will exit the lineup for Chowan. Golden at the line with the and one opportunity. She can make it a 10-point game, can Golden. And she misses the free throw right off the front of the iron, and Jones had it drop right on her hands underneath the bucket. 13 now for Golden. She ties Lee with game-high honors for King, and Coach Lenise Stallings wants a timeout here. 6:57 to go in this third quarter, and will be a full timeout. We'll take a break here from Chowan, where the Chowan ladies lead at 49-38. 6:57 to go in the third quarter. We're back after this 1 minute break on GoUHawks.com. Lenny Stallings not happy with their team in that timeout. When you have no people in the building, you can hear a lot of things being said, and Lenny Stallings had attention of her team down below us, I can promise you. Chowan with the basketball. Lead that was once up at 17, I believe. Now it's dwindled down to 11. Copeland gives it away to Robinson, who's well out behind the arc. That goes to Copeland on the left wing, or right wing. Copeland goes behind her back, trying to get away from Sampson, and she threw it away, trying to get it down inside of Monique Jones. Back-to-back turnovers here for the Hawks. Sampson spots up for the three, and it's an air ball. Came right to Monique Jones. Jones trying to dribble out of traffic, turns around and gives it to Bland. Just in the nick of time because Jada Owens was on her way behind her to go for the steal. Here's Bland, banks into Jones at the elbow. The left wing, and Golden's going to get the steal and get fouled by Patterson. All of a sudden, the turnover bug is popped into the Chowan huddle. As Bland will step out of the lineup, and Henderson will get back in. Stallings had a little discussion when she came out of the lineup. There's Owens well out away from the basket. Copeland trying to give pressure, and Owens still holding on to it. And that gives it to Fritz, who breaks free, top of the key. Fritz back in the corner to Sampson. Sampson penetrates, gets it inside to Owens off the glass, a little strong. Offensive glass comes off the lead to Golden. Now Fritz has got it. Patterson jumps on it quickly. Thought Fritz was going to pull the trigger on 3, but Patterson got there just in the nick of time. Fritz will go around a pick, missed a shot, rebounded by Owens. Misses again, it was King, and this time no offensive glass as Monique Jones got position for the offensive board to pull down a 7th rebound of this ball game. 5:30, mid-3 to go in the third quarter. Chowan holding to a 49-33 lead. Hawks were up by 15 at the break. There's Robinson at the high post. Works again and gets Owens, takes it to the glass and lost it on the way up, recovered by Owens. Owens off to Golden. Golden stricken front court. Goes underneath against Robinson, back out to Owens. Owens spins in the lane over Patterson. Short jumper's no good. Jones has got another board. She was working right in front of Lee and took it down and hands it away to Henderson. The team's on a little bit of a drought here in the last 3 minutes. Especially Chowan. Hawks haven't scored since the 8:53 mark of this quarter, and we had the 4:48 mark. Still lead it by 11. Here's Robinson down on a low block. She fouled Owens from behind. Jada Owens picks up her first personal and first team foul in the third quarter for King, and that'll get us to the media timeout. 4:45 to go in this third quarter. Chowan still holding the lead at 49-38. Back after this 1 minute break on GoCUHawks.com. Don't forget, about 25-minute break between our women and men's game. We'll have the Chowan men coming up immediately after this one. Chowan trying to win back-to-back for the second time this season. They won over here last night against King, 98-85. King playing without the 2 leading scorers last night, Michael Mays and Josh Relaford. Here's Jones on the inbounds. Well, away from the basket, back to Henderson. It's Henderson, Copeland, Jones, Hopkins, and Robinson on the floor for the Hawks. Jones to the rack, off the glass, and scores. Good bucket by Jones, and Chowan needed that one badly. Gone nearly 5 minutes without a basket. Lee trying to answer with a 3 back the other way, and she drills it. Close to the same spot. She hit that game-tying shot last night with 5.4 seconds to get it to overtime. Of course, King will go on to win. Jones in the lane, lost it but recovers. Now puts it back on the floor and charges into Lee. Monique was just determined to get to the rack, and Lee would not get out of her path. And that's going to get Amari Hinton in the lineup for Jones here.
Amari Hinton into the game now for the Hawks.
And here comes King down 10 with 4:06 showing on our third quarter scoreboard. That's sponsored by Metaltech of Murfreesboro. Lee's jumper this time misses. Hinton with good offensive position underneath against Owens. Chases down the rebound. Off to Henderson. Henderson in the corner to Hopkins. Hopkins lost it but recovers it as Fitz just knocked it out of her hands. And Henderson working out between the rings. Comes near side to Copeland. They dump it down inside to Robinson. She'll turn around and face the basket. Now spins inside. Left-handed layup's good. Nice move by Robinson, who's double digits again with 10. They'll go along with their 8 boards. She's a couple of rebounds away from back-to-back double-doubles. 53-41, Chowan. Fritz gives it back door to Golden, and it's knocked out of bounds by Hinton. Amari Hinton doing a good job subbing for Monique Jones, and here's Mimi Bland back in the lineup now for Keeper Hopkins. Baseline right, Lee gets it into Golden, came right down the lane, and nobody cut her off. Coach Stallings down below us just turns around and looks at the bench like, how could that happen? Jones just got flat-footed, not paying attention, basically. Here's Hinton inside off the glass. She knocks it in. Amari Hinton with 6. That is her career high. 6 points. Lee back out front. Chowan trying to protect a 12-point lead at the 2:48 mark of the third quarter. Golden on the left wing. Moves back to the middle of the floor. Now works off a pick from Fitz. Fritz takes the long 3, and she got it. Riley Fritz's first bucket of the day. She's a 42% three-point shooter on the season. Hit 22 of 52 prior to the day. That's her first three-pointer here today. I think it may be her first this weekend. Inside it goes to Hinton, who's behind the defense, and she can't convert this time as Owens made her go to the opposite side of the basket and use her left hand. Single digits, Golden all the way to the rack. Nobody cut her off again. She lays it up and in. Allie Golden with 17. She's done some good work here in the second half with 8 points. And here comes King to cut what was once a 17-point deficit down to 7. We're inside of 2 minutes to play in this third quarter. Here's Robinson with it, with the ball high above her head on the right wing. Hinton turning inside and rolls around and won't fall in. Boy, Hinton's getting some good looks and just won't drop for her here in the last couple trips down. King can get a little closer here. Owen sets a pick. Fritz pulls the trigger on the 3. It's an air ball headed out of bounds. And Golden will come out of the lineup as Dunbar will get in. Also Owens out as Ford will step back in the lineup. Jada Owens doing some good work, and we got a timeout here by Josh Thompson. And let's see, I think it's going to be the 30-second variety, and it will be. Once again, you keep up with all your sports here at Chowan, all athletics, I should say, by going to GoSeeYouHawks.com. Assistant Athletic Director for Athletic Communications, Mr. Evan Carpenter, does a great job in his staff and keeping everybody updated. Boy, I tell you what, when you got lacrosse, soccer was supposed to be played yesterday, but got rained out, and swimming this morning, basketball going on, baseball gets in gear next week. You got a lot going on. Women's lacrosse just down the road from starting. You have volleyball coming up here pretty soon. So it's a lot to be going on. We need it. It's going to be tough in the spring, and we'll see what Evan and his staff will be able to do as far as covering all of these Chowan athletics here coming up this spring. I'm sure they'll do a great job on GoSeeYouHawks.com. Chowan inside. Robinson has a shot blocked by Ford. Ford will chase it down. Good play by Ford. I think she kind of surprised Robinson when she turned to put up the shot. It's a Fritz working out on the right wing. Now goes inside. Caught in the double team. Gets it to Ford at the high post. Ford in against Robinson. Robinson blocks her shot. And we got a whistle. They call a jump ball on the block. And it'll be King basketball due to the alternating possession. 67 seconds to play in the quarter. Chowan holding to a 55-48 lead here at home. Inbounds it comes to Sampson. Sampson will circle right at the top of the key. working against Henderson. Now goes to Lee in the corner. Jones jumps out on Lee. Now Henderson's got the pleasure of trying to guard one of the top players in the league, and Henderson's going to foul him. Lee saw the advantage against the smaller Henderson, just took it right inside, and Kayla reached in and picked up the foul. That's her first and team fourth of this quarter. They'll stop the clock with 55.7 seconds to go. Henderson out, Hopkins back in for Chowan. We haven't seen Anaya Patterson much in this second half. Hope she's okay. And free throw by Lee is up and good. Lee and Golden lead the way for the Tornado with 17 each. So they've kind of turned the tide on Chowan here in this third quarter. You knew King was not out of this one by a long shot. King now, Lee is 18. Her season high and her career high is 22. We still have a quarter to play and the 48 seconds play in this quarter. It's a 5-point game. Chowan's halftime lead is down 10. Hopkins inside, she scores. Nice entry pass that time from Robinson on that right wing. Hopkins got loose and scored inside, 57-50 Chowan. Here's Fritz, already closer by Bland. She works right in front of the King bench now. Robinson jumps out to help with the double team. Now Fritz trying to go inside, ran out of real estate, got it to Sampson in deep corner three ball, no good. Bland had it, lost it, still loose. It's her and Fritz hit the floor. Now Robinson will go to the floor and grab it. She's tied up. And that'll mean Chowan had the basketball. Nice sportsmanship here by Trinity Lee to reach down and help Robinson up. As Golden will get back in the lineup here for Riley Fritz for his final 14 seconds of the quarter. Chowan hoping to hold for the last shot here. His plan and Copeland work at front court. Well, they'll join Jones, Robinson, and Hopkins. Here's Copeland with 5 seconds to Jones. Now back to Copeland. Copeland's got to shoot it here pretty quick. She'll launch up to three, and it's no good. Good defense that time by Dunbar on the perimeter. 10 minutes left to go here in the barrel. Chowan leads at 57-50. Back for the fourth quarter after this 1 minute break on GoCUHawks.com. King outscores Chowan 20-12 in that third quarter, and they'll get the basketball to start this fourth quarter. Down 7 here at Chowan. Tornado led by Trinity Lee with 18. Now they go with 17. Chowan has 3 players in double figures. Anaya Patterson, who's not scored in the second half, has 11. Demetra Bland at 11, and Destiny Robinson has 10. And King will get it to start the fourth and final quarter as they work to the east goal, or to the end where the Byron Aquatic Center is located here in the Hawks Athletic Center. Wide open 3 ball. It's on its way for Samsel deep in the corner, and she nails it. 8 points now for Samsel, and it's down to a 4-point advantage for Chowan. Let's see how Chowan can handle it now down the stretch here. Hopkins on the right side. Looking inside to Robinson. Her short jumper's no good. We got a whistle underneath. And got a reach-in foul coming here on Lee. For Trinity, Lee is foul number 1. First quarter foul for either team. Bland will come out. Henderson back in for Chowan. And Robinson's at the line to shoot a pair of free throws. First free throw for Robinson is on its way, and it's good. I can tell you, Chowan is next to last as a team free throw shooting. 59.6%. King is the third best in the league at 69%. That might be a factor down the stretch here. Robinson cans both. She's got 12. It's a 6-point Chowan advantage at 59-53 as we end the first minute of this fourth quarter. Dunbar, top of the key, goes right wing to, or left wing, I should say, to Lee. Now Dunbar's got it again. Hopkins gives chase, and he get it to Golden on the right side. Inside to Ford. Ford turns right, goes inside on Robinson, looped it up, wouldn't go. Jones jumped a little too quick and went overhead, but Lee knocked it out of bounds. And so Chowan will have the basketball. As Hinton's back at the scorer's table, she'll get in the next dead ball situation. Hinton's had a good day today off the bench for Chowan after not playing at all last night. She has a career high 6 points today. Henderson working out between the rings, goes to the high post to Robinson. Robinson lets traffic clear, turns around, goes inside, layup, no good. They fight for the rebound, still loose, and Lee's going to get it out near the free throw line. Comes front court, Sampson trying to go inside on Hopkins. Nana Dunbar, her three ball is no good. Monique Jones has got a nice rebound on the ball game on the far side. And she'll maneuver slowly coming front court, pulls up the dribble, gets it to Robinson at the high post. Now to Hopkins. Hopkins going to the rack. Her layup is good. She got fouled. She was able to give it around Sampson when Sampson's picked up foul number 3. And nice move by Hopkins, who Chowan needed a bucket badly. Here's hit from Monique Jones.
That foul was on Kiki Sampson.
3-point play opportunity coming here for Hopkins. Her free throw is good. So Hopkins with a big and one. 8 points now for Hopkins, and Chowan's lead back to 9. We still have a lot of time left. I tell you what, a lot of maneuvering on the Chowan bench here in the second half. Here's Golden with it on the right side. Natalie Lee, top of the key. Working against Robinson. These two top players in the league here working against each other. Now they switch off. Lee's going to work against Copeland. She goes inside on Copeland. Off the glass, no good. Somebody got there a little bit late, and we got a whistle. Lee was just determined she was going to take it to the rack. And she did the foul here from Robinson, who tried to come over and help Copeland.
That's her first.
Lee has some great quickness. She just blew by Copeland and took it right to the rack. So Lee back at the line, but she's an 80% free throw shooter on the year, but misses here. She's the sixth best free throw shooter in the conference. Riley Fritz is pretty good as well. She's 91%. As Lee makes the second, she's got 19 to lead all scorers. She makes it an 8-point game. Chowan maneuvers back the other way. In front of her, pretty much an empty building here. It's been all the way all season. Here's Robinson spinning inside and scoring against Lee. Robinson taking it over down inside. She's got 8 of 14 here in the second half. 10-point advantage now for Chowan. Golden runs out of real estate underneath, trying to maneuver baseline as Copeland came over to give Hopkins some help. Here's Fritz going in the lane, looped it up and it went in. Nice play by Riley Fritz. All 5 of her points have come in the second half. Chowan quickly pushing back the other way. Copeland's got it on the right wing. Copeland had 2 big threes in the first half and has not been unable to get off shut off in the second half. This is Bland on the right wing, works off a pick from Robinson, goes in the lane, runner is good. Mimi Bland with 13 on the runner in the lane. Chowan's starting to heat up a little bit after a cold shooting third quarter. 66-56, Golden inside, she's had a big day. Now back out in the league, far side to Dunbar. Dunbar had a notion, didn't take it, tried to go inside and Bland reached in and fouled her. Bland got beat on the play and she tried to recover and knocked it away and picked up the foul. That's the third foul for Mimi now. As Robinson takes a breather, as Monique Jones is back in. And Henderson's going to replace Bland in the lineup. And non-shooting foul, so Lee triggers the inbounds underneath the basket. Out in front it comes to Fritz. Her long three no good, but Ford's got the board. Off to Sampson. Her three is good. You just cannot leave this young lady open because she's one of the best shooters, if not the best shooter in the conference. She nails them right on the left. So I just got a little discombobulated. They were just not. There's a lot of talking going on and doing that timeout. But we got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a break here with 6:57 left. Chowan trying to hold on. They lead at 66-59 on GoSeeYourHawks.com. .657 left to go here in the barrel. Chowan lead King 66-59 in our opener here. Men will follow about 25 minutes after this one's over. We're taking a little longer this year to do some sanitizing of the bench areas in between games. Anaya Patterson back in the lineup. She missed most of this second half. She's got it out on the right. Hannah Jones near side to Hopkins. Hopkins goes in the lane. Her runner is no good, and we got a whistle. I think we had a reach-in foul on Fritz. Let's see if it's doing the shooting. 2 shots coming here for Hopkins. As Robinson's headed to the scorer's table, she'll get in right now, replacing Amari Hinton. Here's Hopkins, a couple free throws here, and she got it. Hopkins, after going scoreless last night, has got 9 today. Her production certainly helps Chowan here this afternoon. And second free throw is good as well. 2 big free throws by Hopkins here. On my count, she's got 10 unless I wrote something down wrong here. She's got 8, I'm sorry. No, still not right. Scoreboard and our stat monitor is not caught up here. We'll refresh. 68-59. Here's Fritz going in the lane. Caught in the double, came back to Golden. They'll get it to Ford. Ford wheels and Ryan Robinson has a reverse layup. Nice move by Julie Ford to pick up her first bucket of the second half. Cuts the deficit down to 7 for the Tornado as we near the 6-minute mark of this fourth and final quarter. Well, we had a little overtime session last night, so you can't say final. Hopkins misses the short one, got her own rebound, and got fouled by Trinity Lee on the putback. So Hopkins right back to the charity stripe here on Lee's second foul of the day and the 14th foul in this quarter for King. Hopkins' free throw is good. Keeper began today a 50% shooter. And she knocks it down again. 12 points by my count from Hopkins. I may be a couple points off. Well, I am. She's got 10. No, I'm right. She's got 12. Had to wait for the stat monitor to load back up. There's a near turnover in the back court, but Fritz is going to recover. Giving chase was Hopkins. Near side it comes to Golden. She'll hit a long three or shoot a long three. Comes down to Patterson. And Patterson lost her balance trying to hold on to it and travel with it. You could see it coming from Anaya. She was just, the way she was running, she kind of lost her balance. She couldn't help but travel with that basketball. Only 4 turnovers for Chowan in the second half, only 8 of them tonight. There's Lee working it, trying to get Jones, and she'll get fouled. Lee fell to the deck as Jones got a little bit too close and picked up personal number 3. Lee's trying to work her team back in this game. She's got 19 on the day, and she's got 2 charity tosses coming here with a clock pause with 5:26 left. And free throw is good. Young lady hails from Knoxville, Tennessee, prepped at Bearden High School. Right in Knoxville. Not such a long trip over to Bristol where she plays her collegiate basketball. She's got 21. She's 1 point away from a career high. as she makes it a 7-point game. Hopkins got it on the right wing now to Jones at the high post to Henderson. Henderson gets it back to Jones. Jones goes inside, had a shot blocked by Ford. Jones got it back but lost it. The reason she lost it is because Trinity Lee knocked it out of her hands and out of bounds. So it still belongs to the Hawks, 12 to shoot. 5:08 to go in the fourth. Chowan trying to add to a 70-63 lead. Inside it comes to Jones. Turnaround jumper, good. Kind of bounced around and fell in for Jones. Just 6 today for Jones to go along with her 9 rebounds. Golden holds up 2 fingers as she comes front court to set up this offense for King. Gets it near side on a skip pass to Lee. Lee works off a pick from Ford. Big collision between Ford and Jones, but no call coming. Here's Lee on the left wing, guarded by Robinson. Lee pulls up, jump at the elbow, off the mark, rebounded by Hopkins. Now gets it away to Henderson. Boy, that was a big collision as Ford was setting the pick and Jones ran into it. No call while it was made by the officials. Here's Patterson. Been kind of quiet here in the second half. Her run is no good. Jones had to clean it up and stick it in. Back-to-back buckets by Jones, and Chowan's back to a double-digit lead at 11 with 4:11 left. 74-63. Golden inside. Pulls up the dribble. Back out front it comes to Fritz. Fritz guarded by the taller Hopkins on the right wing. Boy, Ford and Robinson really battling down inside. Fritz gets underneath. Gives it back to Ford. Her short jumper's good. Good playmaking that time by Riley Fritz to set up Julie Ford. 6 for the Cooperstown, New York junior for King. As we inside of 4 minutes to go in this one. King and Chowan matching buckets here these last 2 or 3 trips down the floor. Jones has had the last 2 for Chowan. She's got it well out on the right on the wing. 10 to shoot. They dump it down inside to Robinson. She's caught in the double team, gets it back out to Henderson. Henderson got to go quickly. She lets it go because the shot clock was about to expire. She can't get it to go, and Ford will go all the way in the corner to run it down for King. That bad pass kind of got Chowan out of rhythm. Golden trying to go inside. Gets it over to Ford at the high post. Ford backing in on Robinson. Short jumper no good, and Robinson knocks it to the deck, trying to get in rebounding position. Be a non-shooting foul. It should be. Let's see. For Robinson, just her second foul of the afternoon. That's a 14 foul, so both teams with 14 fouls. Patterson, Hopkins will exit the Chowan lineup as Copeland and Bland will get in. Here's Jada Owens quickly to the scorer's table for King to replace Julie Ford. We haven't seen much of Harville here today like we did yesterday. And we're seeing much more of Owens. Owens wears that big knee brace on her right leg. Ball in the inbounds comes to Sampson. She gets it to Owens, who's just into the lineup, and she'll hand it back to Golden, who's right behind her from the high post. 2:55 to go here in the Borough. Golden using the dribble to try to get loose. Now Sampson in the lane, fakes up Copeland, looped it up off the glass and scored. She just kind of underhanded off the glass, and Sampson, who's got 10 in his second half and 13 for the day. Makes it a 7-point game, 74-67. Every time Chowan gets it up into double digits, King comes back. Let's see if Chowan will have an answer back the other way with 2.5 left. Nearly a steal by Lee, but recovered by Jones. Off to Henderson. Henderson looking to get it to Bland, us on the right wing. Inside to Robinson. Robinson spins in the lane over Owens and scores. Nice left-handed shot that time by Robinson, who's got 10 in his second half, and we got a timeout on the floor. Let's see if it's going to be Chowan getting the timeout. And they're asking, let's see what she's got left. 30-second timeout here with 2:17 left, so we'll hold it right here. Chowan trying to get to 5-6 on the year, and King trying to pick up their 7th win overall and their 6th in conference play. One postponement this weekend on the women's side. Erskine was scheduled to play Barton, but Barton couldn't play, so Converse has stepped in and will play Erskine today. Not sure how many postponements we've had on the women's side, but we've had 12 on the men's side. Chowan has had 2 back-to-back double hitters here at home. This is the last one, and The one against Emmanuel turned out to be only boys, and there was another one. Oh, it was on the road at Southern Wesleyan. Turned out to be just the girls. Golden with it, working against pressure from Henderson. Now loose it back out to Fritz. Fritz trying to go inside on pressure by Hopkins. Nearly stepped out of bounds with it. Now curls back in the lane. Gets it back to Samsel. She'll go inside. Jones defending, but Samsel lays it off the glass and scores. 1:49 left, 76-69, Chowan. Both teams will be in the bonus and the next foul by either team. Jones over to Hopkins on the right wing. She'll try to go inside. Will Hopkins off the glass, scores and gets the and one. Hopkins has been huge today for the Hawks. That's her 14th point. The foul's going to be on Fritz, and it's going to be her second, I'm sorry. So Hopkins can make it a 10-point advantage for Chowan at the free throw line. Here's Copeland in for Bland. So it's Hopkins, Copeland, Jones, Henderson, and Robinson currently on the floor for Chowan. Hopkins with nobody around but red jerseys will attempt the free throw. And got it. 15 for Keeber. Like I said, Chowan's got 4 players in double figures. They lead it by 10 with 90 seconds left. Here's a Golden trying to go in the corner, and Henderson reached in and fouled him. Destiny Robinson having a little discussion with her teammate about that foul. Second on Caleb. Here's Patterson in for Copeland. As Golden's at the line with the clock stopped with 1:29 to go, and Golden this season a 67% free throw shooter. She's got 17 on the day. Make it 18. She cuts the lead to 9. Chowan. Second free throw is good as well. 19 for Golden, 21 for Lee. For King, they trail here at Chowan, 79-71 with $1:24 left. This is Henderson working against pressure from Golden out front. Golden really close to Henderson. Added Jones over to Hopkins. Hopkins going inside, scoops it up, couldn't get it to drop, but he got fouled. Boy, Hopkins saw a nice lane and took it right to the rack. And we got a whistle underneath. And the foul's going to be on Fritz, her third. So Hopkins going to go to the line with 71 seconds left, trying to extend the Chowan lead. It currently stands at 8. And Hopkins' free throw is money. And she knocks it down again. 14 of her 17 here in the second half. Back to a 10-point advantage with 70 seconds to go. Golden coming front court, not in a real big hurry here. The team down 10. This is Samsel back to Golden. Fritz on the left. Now back to Golden. Golden takes a long three from downtown Murfreesboro. It's an air ball and goes out of bounds. Now King is going to pick up pressure in the backcourt for the first time. Chowan's going to have to work on their offensive press offense here. And Henderson will get it to Jones, and she'll get it front court. Monique going to back it back out. We're inside a minute to go at 44 seconds. We got a timeout for Chowan. And she's just going to turn it over so she can get Copeland, Bland, and Bagby in the lineup here. As Jones will come out. Henderson will come out. Let's see who else is out of the lineup. So Chowan's got 6 players on the floor. Hopkins going to come out, I think. Wow. Hopkins 7-7 from the free throw line here. Man. Nana going to go to a full timeout. So we'll take a media timeout here. 44 seconds to go. Chowan leads at 81-71. They'll head to basketball and return after this 1-minute break on GoSeeYouHawks.com. Well, Chowan has a inserted Bagby and Copeland and Bland in the lineup. Bland to the rack. They'd call for the charge. As he charges into Owens, not what you need. He really didn't need points here. Need to run some clock, and Bland's going to be whistled for a 4th foul in this ball game. Still a 10-point lead for Chowan with 41.9 seconds to go, and Golden's going to pick it up as they roll it into it. Here's Lee. Lee, well out behind the arc, shoots the 3, no good. Rebounded by Robinson. She'll hand it to Bland. Bland works through the double team and gets fouled by Fritz. So Fritz is going to pick up her 4th foul, so 2 free throws coming for Mimi Bland.
That is her 4th.
So here's Bland going to the line. Mimi with 13 points on the day, 9 of which came in the first half. Chowan jumped out to that big lead, and nobody in white uniforms are going to be along that free throw line. And Bland's free throw is good. Chowan began today 59.6% from the stripe as a team. They are 13 of 15 today from the stripe, make it 14 of 16. You never know. Stats can fool you from time to time. Chowan with a 12-point lead with 31 seconds left. And Henderson is going to come in the backcourt just enough to not allow King to roll the ball in. Here's Lee, goes around Bagby off the glass, a little strong, rebounded by Bagby. Jakira gets it over to Copeland with 19 seconds to go, and King doesn't look to foul here. Skip pass goes far side to Patterson. Chowan just wants to run this clock out, and looks like they will. That's a good win for Chowan here. 83-71 with 6 seconds to go as Patterson's just going to dribble it out. And that'll do it. The Hawks going to win it 83-71 to get to 5-6 on the year. King drops to 6-6 and 5-6. That'll do it here for our girls' game. Well, we'll come back and look at the stats, then we'll take a break. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back and wrap this one up, then get to our men's action in about 25 minutes. Once again, your final Chowan winner, 83-71. You're listening to it on GoSeeYourHawks.com. Big fourth quarter prevails Chowan to a 83-71 win here today over King. Chowan now at 5-6 on the year in the conference and overall. King falls to 6-6 and 5-6. Chowan with some good shooting in that fourth quarter after not playing quite as well in that third quarter. They got 7-12 from the field for 58.3%. But at the free throw line, they were 12 for 12 in that fourth quarter, led by Kiever Hopkins, and that's the difference in this ball game. And Chowan taking care of the basketball. Season low, 10 turnovers. They give King credit. They only turned it over 7 times themselves. King shoots 40.3% for the game from the field and 27 of 67 shooting. They were 8 of 26 beyond the arc from 30.8% shooting. Chowan goes 32 for 61 for 52.5 for the game, 5 of 10 beyond the arc for 50%. Chowan's as a team, shoots 59.6% from the free throw line. They were 99 of 166 starting today, which is next to last in the league. Today from the stripe, they go 14 of 12. As Keeper Hopkins, a perfect 8 for 8. The only 2 free throws that were missed by Amari Hinton, who played a heck of a 15 minutes today, or a heck of 11 minutes today, had a career high 6 points and came in with 6 boards as well. Chowan lead on the glass at 40-31. Monique Jones and Destiny Robinson both with 10 rebounds each. Take a look at the scoring here today. Chowan led by Keeper Hopkins with 17. 16 for Hopkins, so another double. Robinson, 16 for Robinson, and another double-double for her with the 10 boards. 15 for Demetria Bland, 11 for Anaya Patterson, 8 for Monique Jones, who would go along with her 10 boards, 6 each for Hinton and Copeland, and 4 for Kayla Henderson. Shakira Bagby played today, but did not score. Kayla Henderson with a good 24 minutes of play today, running the point, did not turn it over, and had 3 assists, and really did a nice job defensively, and from a guard spot, had a couple of rebounds as well. Leads the way for King. She was 1 point away from her career high today, and she had 21-19 for Golden and 15 for Sampson. 12 of those 15 coming in the second half. She spent most of the time in the first half on the bench, saddled with 2 fouls. 6 for Ford, 5 for Fritz, 3 for Dunbar, 2 for Harlow. Owens and Bates played in this first half of this ball game tonight, but did not score. That's your final. Chowan winner, 83-71. We're going to step away for about 25 minutes. Come back, you bring in the King and Chowan boys. Once again, your final. Chowan winner in our opener, 83-71. You've been listening and watching on GoSeeYourHawks.com.